take. Oh, my apologies, I didn't see you there. Just kidding. Hi, thanks, and welcome for checking into Team Forbidden's YouTube page. This is Scott Felver, also known as Such a Summon the Fanatic, back at you with another deck profile, Pure Dinomist. Deck sort of died when Lynx came around. Mr. Boy made it a lot better. So, actually made it sort of live. They're still kind of dead, they still have some problems, but let's get into it. Alright, first thing we have, 3 Plazios, Terran, and the Plazios. These are your main level 4s you go into. Plazios is big, Burden of the Mighty. Terran is he's sort of your Stratos, kills a monster and then gets a Dinomist card. So, scales 3, 6. We also have 3 Spinos. He's pretty good. 25 beater, can attack twice. And 3 of the motherfucking T-Rex. That's right. Big Grimlock all up in here. 24, he's basically, he can either tribute a card, bounce a card, and get 100 attack, or he's, what's the other effect again? I never, oh yeah, BLS, that's right. It's only on monsters though, isn't it? Yeah. So it's more like, it's a watered down BLS. Alright, next up, for more scale 3s and 6s, we got 3 Brachiosaur, 3 Ceratops. Brachiosaur is sort of like Cyber Dragon. Ceratops, this is basically your way of getting the Starboy out. Best normal summon any Dinomist, special him. Then if you have your scale set up, you can link into Starboy and then just pendulum them right back. And to round up the monster lineups, I've got 2 Stegosaur and 2 Ankylos. Really, it was mostly because I have my desires in other decks, and I couldn't really think of anything else to put in there. And that rounds out the monsters and pendulums. And the spell cards, we got 2 Dynamic Power Load. Some people like to run this, some people don't. I kind of like it because it turns any Dinomist monster into Utopia the Lightning, essentially. Or any Ancient Gear. It turns all Dynamists into Ancient Gears. Let's put it that way, because all the modern Ancient Gears say you can't activate anything, not just spells and traps. And of course, 3 charge. This deck would not function at all if this card didn't exist. I mean, cripes. You search the Dynamist, and then once per turn, if your Dynamist monster would go to your extra deck, you can just put it in your hand instead. That helps with the way the game has changed so much. 1 limiter removal, 1 Raigeki because I can, 1 Upstart Goblin because I can, 1 Soul Charge. It comes up occasionally where whenever you Xyz summon or do something with the Dynamist cards where you need a way to get them back, this will help do that. And that's all the spells. Next for traps, I got 1 Warning, 1 Torrential. Could run strikes in here, I just don't have any extra strikes at the present time. Pendulum Reborn, this can help also with the whole issue of them being in the graveyard, or you could just summon one from your extra deck if you have your extra monster zone open if you need to. And then 3 Rush, it's single-handedly best card in the deck. Special summon any Dinomist monster from your deck. It's unaffected by other card effects, and then it dies during the end phase. And Dinomist Howling, oh god, this card would have been great years ago. It's okay, but I've just never drawn into it in the number of times that I've played this deck. But for those who don't know what this does, it's you activate it, and then if you have Pendulum Scales open, you can put any number of Dinomist monsters from your deck into those scales. And then it also has a continuous effect where once per turn you contribute a Dinomist monster and bounce any card your opponent controls. And that's it for the main deck. Main deck clocks in around 40 cards. You could put some strikes in there, you could put some Pot of Desires in there, take out a couple of other cards, maybe take out the limit removal. I don't know why you would, because they're all machines and you can just OTK stupidly easy with this deck. So next, we only got 2 Link monsters, 2 Starboy. You could run a Proxy Dragon in here as well, or an Akashic Magician, but I really don't see any point, because you never really want to bounce anything of your opponents, and for Proxy Dragons, like the Mastar Boy pretty much does enough. Next, I've got a Shark Fortress and a number 61 with a Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger to go into. Again, this helps with OTKs. This is just, it's number 61. I really shouldn't have to explain this one. Get some fire in a dinosaur deck. And of course, a Nova and Infinity, obligatory Nova Infinity combo. You could possibly run more of these. I've only got the ones in here because I can't find my third copy of Infinity. One Bahamut Shark and 2 Toad, because it's not at 1 over here, so I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of it. And Bahamut Shark, the Star Boy, get 2 level 4s together. Boom, you've got your Bahamut and your Toad, and the Toad's just gonna replace itself when it dies. Next, they're all water monsters, so this Dweller gets all your water monsters an additional 500 attack. You just power these things up together like super stupid. They're all machines, so Gigant, all machines, so this guy, 22 direct attacker, excuse me, and just stupid shenanigans from there. This guy, because I mean, you've got the pendulum effects to stop Cosmic Cyclone, but you get this guy out if your opponent, you think your opponent has Cosmic Cyclone, and then you're just like, all right, go ahead and pay 1,000 life points. Let me banish your own card for you. And Ragna Zero, this one's in here because, well, one, it's a water monster, so she's gonna be 29 with Mastar Boy. 2, Plesiosaurus makes this thing live. So you have her out with a Plesiosaurus, all their monsters are going to be lowered, so you could just, whenever you want, just kill one of them and draw a card. And that's it for the deck profile. It's Dinomist. It's still in testing. I'm probably going to make a few further changes to it, but as far as pendulum decks go right now, it's easily the second best pendulum deck, I would say. Maybe third. I don't know if people still play Metal Foes or not. I mean, Metal Foes are probably going to do a lot better once Doolittle Chimera comes out, or whatever the hell they call it over here. But that's it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you guys later.
Chug, 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 chug. Ah, bitch.